What is going on YouTube? It is Cons Vlogs, you guys. Today we're back with another video. Now today, before we get into the video, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, this is the channel obviously. My name is Connor, this is Cons Vlogs, and we do car stuff here on this channel, you guys. I drive a 2015 Chevy Camaro SS, and this is my dad's Chevy SS. It's a 2016 auto. It has a forged LME LSA block in it. This thing is pushing about 10 pounds of boost. It makes just under 700 wheel horsepower. It's a monster. So these are the two main cars on the channel, obviously, but we do other cool stuff. I have gone and seen supercars before. I have been around cars my whole life. I am the biggest car enthusiast I know, and I can say that with 100% confidence. So yeah, go ahead, hit that subscribe button if it sounds like something you'd be into. Now to get into today's video. So what we're gonna be doing, you guys, is be going over, and I'm gonna make a couple videos on this. It's gonna be a little bit of a mini series here on the channel. It's gonna be the journey of the LSA Chevy SS. So most of you already know, this is it right here. We have the original LS3 in, blew the motor, we ended up putting a forged LSA in, kept the same LSA blower from the ZL1 Camaro, and added methanol. This thing's an absolute beast. Hopefully it's gonna be getting a little bit faster here in sometime in the future, but I'm not sure on that, you guys. So today is gonna be part one of this series, and it's going to be why you should start with a Chevy SS for a build like this. What makes the car good, some pros of it, mainly all the pros of it, and basically just why that platform is so good for high power builds and whatnot. So to start off, I'm gonna go pop the hood, we're gonna take a look at the engine underneath, and then we'll get on with it.
Come on! What do they make these cars for, huh?
So as you can see immediately, you guys, like I said before, that is definitely not stock. Nothing about this engine bay is stock pretty much, other than the strut towers and whatnot, but that's besides the fact. So a lot of people have been asking me about this car. A lot of people like this car. It gets a lot of attention here on my channel as well as other sources like my Instagram. Side note, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me. Link down below, it's cons_cars. That's where I post mostly. That's where I'm most active on. But yeah, so the Chevy SS, definitely the most loved car as far as like views and comments and questions and concerns goes. Everybody loves this thing and it's awesome. I love it too. So this car, the first thing you need to know about why we should choose this car to start off with a sick build is it comes with an LS3. The same LS3 that comes out of the manual 5th gen Camaros, the same LS3 that comes in the C6 Corvette base models and Grand Sport. It's just a little bit detuned. These come stock from the factory, making 415 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque, which is definitely enough for, you know, like if you want a quick car. I mean, this car is fast stock and it sounds really, really good stock. But yeah, it's a quick car. Like I said, Corvette engine in a four-door. It's awesome. So this is the 6.2 liter full LS3 that comes stock in this car. Now this car specifically is equipped with a manual transmission. That is the 6L80 from GM. I'm not a big fan of the transmission, but there is lots of good about the transmission, you guys. It holds a lot of power and it holds it very, very well. A lot of people do big builds with the 6L80 transmission. It's a great automatic transmission. Now the automatic cars come with a final gear ratio of 3.70 and they come stock equipped with a transmission cooler. So we didn't do a transmission cooler. Basically, we have done no suspension work to this car. It's held up super well. We've been super lucky with the build, you guys. And like, it hasn't been babied all the time. I mean, this thing has been daily driven. It has been tracked. It has been autocrossed. We drive a lot. That's what I'm trying to get across, is that this car's held up extremely well. The 6L80 transmission also comes in the G8s as well as the automatic 5th gen Camaros. The manual transmission of these cars come with the TR6060, which in my opinion is probably one of the best transmissions ever put in any vehicle ever. It's in my 5th gen Camaro because it's a 1LE. It's in all the 5th gen manual Camaros and it is a phenomenal transmission. So if you get a manual SS, SS, you're good there. If you get an auto SS, you're good for some pretty good power, obviously, with that 6L80 automatic. So yeah, pretty much this is just a drivetrain out of a 5th gen Camaro shoved into a 4-door. Like I said, really similar to a G8. Now, the SS, as far as the rear end goes, I already mentioned it has a 3.70 gear ratio with a transmission cooler in the automatics. They also come with their own axles. Now, the axles are a little bit beefier than a stock Camaro SS or a G8, and they're not quite as beefy as a ZL1 axle, but they are about the same price. So you can take the axles off of an SS and put them on a G8. They do hold power really well. Obviously, I don't think they hold them as well as the ZL1 axles off of the 5th gen ZL1, but they're fantastic. Suspension-wise, this car comes equipped with Chevy's MagRide, which is phenomenal. It is the one thing I wish my Camaro had, but like I said, this right here is a 2016, my Camaro is a 2015. So yeah, this comes with Chevy's MagRide. It's so fantastic. The bimodal, not only does the bimodal change the exhaust tone and the loudness of it, it also stiffens the suspension and tightens it up, as well as the steering. Now, it has adaptive steering based on what mode you're in. If you're in performance mode, it's gonna be super, super tight, really heavy steering. If you're in sport mode, it's gonna be a little bit lighter, but just enough to give you a sporty feel with that suspension still stiffened up. And if you're in touring mode, it's gonna shut the exhaust valves, make it a lot quieter, as well as soften up the suspension and lighten up the steering. It's the all-around car. I mean, look at this thing. It's a 4-door Camaro. That's literally what it is, you guys. So why would you not start with that? You see all these builds start on Camaros, do big power builds on Camaros, Corvettes. It's the same drivetrain in this car, and that is why you should start with a build on this car. Now, like I said, they come stock, you know, fast enough for a lot of people. They sound really, really good. We actually use the stock mufflers on here, the stock bimodal mufflers. My dad likes to have that two-tone. If it was up to me, we'd go a little bit louder, but it's not my car. So he leaves the stock bimodals on here so that we can still make it quiet or loud, you guys. So that is a big perk of this car. It's very, very, the potential on this car is just huge stock. I mean, it really is. It has a different rear and front cradle than the 5th gen, simply because of the MagRide, to handle the MagRide like that. So the suspension's a little bit better than the 5th gen Camaros, but the engine's the exact same. It's just a little bit detuned LS3. The transmission is the exact same as comes in the Camaros as well. Now, you can probably pick up a nice SS with decent miles for around 30 to 35 grand right now. And a lot of you would be saying, well, if it's basically a 5th gen Camaro, you can pick up a 5th gen Camaro for like $20,000, to be 100% honest with you. They are depreciating a lot. I'm not a fan, but I still like the car. Besides the fact, why would you buy this over a Camaro? And we're gonna get into that right now, because obviously they're both very, very potent platforms. You can build a lot of power on both of them, obviously. This is the main reason why the Chevy SS is a better deal than a Camaro SS. If you take a look at the interior here, I mean, look at this. We've got Alcantara here. We've got leather here. A leather steering wheel. This one has paddle shifters, as do the auto Camaros though. Chrome, lots of chrome, all the chrome. We got red stitching, SS stitching there, red SS stitching in the dash, Alcantara on the seats, all along the doors. And this right here, it is a 4-seater with a trunk the size of the entire Camaro's interior, basically. Not really, that's exaggerated, but what I'm trying to say is the interior of this car is way, way superior to the Camaro, and I mean extremely. I daily drive a 5th gen Camaro, okay? I love the car, I'm not trying to bash on it, but I'm just saying the SS, the Chevy SS, has probably the best interior Chevy's ever put in a car. I've said that on here before, and nobody's disagreed with me yet. It's just phenomenal. It has heated seats, cooled seats, dual air temperature control. The MagRide makes the ride phenomenal. Not to mention all the materials used on the interior make the Camaro's interior feel like a freaking toy. It's just, it's really night and day difference. So that is really, for practicality, creature comfort, that is what you're paying for, that extra $10,000 to $15,000 versus a Camaro that you could get for cheaper. You're really paying for comfort, to be unique, because there wasn't a lot of these cars brought over. This is an Australian car. It's a Holden Commodore VF, I believe, but it's just superior to the Camaro in pretty much every way other than drivetrain and cornering. The Camaro does corner and handle a little bit better, but this has performance mode, MagRide and whatnot. Now, these cars come from the factory with some pretty cool wheels. I mean, I don't really like the way they look, but they're not too heavy. So here is the stock wheels. with the winter tires on. We have some Ford Stars on ours, but just so you know what they look like, that's what they come stock. Now this is what the engine bay with the LSA looks like right here. And then we're gonna go head over to my Camaro and I'll show you what a stock LS3 looks like. So this is a stock LS3 with headers and an intake on my Camaro, as I mentioned, but this right here is what that comes with in it. It's the LS3, like I said, 415 horsepower out of it. This makes 426 from the factory, a little bit detuned. But yeah, so that is what it comes with, you guys. Literally the same drivetrain. Now there is absolutely no engine platform in the world that has more and better aftermarket support than an LS. And you can try to argue with me on that if you want. There's simply not. There's no engine platform with as many applications as the LS, the Chevy pushrod V8. That is why you should start building with this car. But yeah, guys, next episode, we're gonna be getting into the first mods that we did on this thing. Now, you don't have to follow this build along exactly. That's the beauty of this. You could do a turbo on this. We could have done just a huge cam on this thing. We could have done what I did on my Camaro and just do intake and headers and pick up good power, you guys. This is what we did. I'm gonna be taking you guys along step by step what happened to this car and how it ended up right here. So if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with all your friends, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it helped you out a little bit. That's gonna wrap up the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.